What should you be eating on a GLP-1? Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Anna Reisdorf. I am a registered dietitian and GLP-1 user, and my goal is to help you optimize your nutrition while also losing weight while using a GLP-1. So today we're going to dive into a topic that's been requested quite a bit on this channel is how do you plan GLP-1 friendly meals when you're on Ozempic, Mounjaro, Wegovy, Zepbound, compound, any of those things. Before we get started, I want to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Hero Bread, who is sponsoring this video, but all the thoughts and opinions and all of that are my own. So why should you plan your meals on a GLP-1? So while being on a GLP-1 is great and awesome for suppressing your appetite and helping you lose weight and finally reach those goals that you've been striving for forever, that means that you also eat less food. So every single bite has to count and has to be loaded with nutrients because your body doesn't just need calories or protein. Your body needs a whole variety of vitamins and minerals to be healthy as well. So if you don't focus on getting the nutrients you need, you're going to end up feeling exhausted. You're going to have hair loss, muscle loss, and possibly even stall your weight loss because your body is going to be like, why do I not have what I need to just function? So if you want to optimize your weight loss, but also your health, on a GLP-1, you really need to think about what you're eating and planning your meals so that they're as nutritious as possible so you can maintain that muscle mass, stabilize your blood sugar, all of those things. So what are we going to do? Step one, prioritize protein. You probably have heard this 1,000 times. I've said it 1,000,000 times on my GLP-1 Hub podcast. So why do you need to do this? One of the main, I don't want to say side effects because it's not caused by the medication. One of the main effects of weight loss is that you lose a little bit of muscle. This happens even more if you lose weight quickly. And so your body is just trying to keep up with the calorie deficit, and it pulls some calories from fat, but it also is going to pull some calories out of your lean muscle. So when you're losing weight, inevitably your metabolism is going to slow down from losing that muscle, but it's also going to set you up for potential problems in the future. Whereas if you lose too much muscle and you have to get off the medication, you're going to end up gaining the weight back because you have no muscle to burn any more calories. And, with changes in insurance, is the compound available and all of these things, that's a strong possibility. Also, when you're older, that may really start to affect your ability to move around, your ability to walk up the stairs. If you don't have that muscle mass, you could break a hip as you get older. You need your muscles to stay mobile, to stay active. So you really want to prioritize that protein while doing some strength training to maintain that muscle. So what foods have protein? It's going to be all of your animal foods, chicken, turkey, fish, dairy products like Greek yogurt, also some plant-based options like beans and tofu and edamame. And there are even some products out there that are not considered traditional high protein foods. Like Hero has some bagels that have 17 to 19 grams of protein per bagel, for a bagel. These are on repeat at my house right now. They sent them to me for me to try. And I think I'm just going to eat a bagel for breakfast, which is something I've never been able to do, but now I can with Hero. Anyway. So your goal is to eat at least 100 grams of protein per day for women, 130 grams per day for men, more if you're super physically active or lifting weights or something like that. And that's around 30 to 40 grams a meal, which for somebody who can't eat very much, that can be a real challenge, but I'm going to show you how you can do it in a little bit. Step two is fill up on fiber. Fiber, fiber, fiber. I can't even say this enough. So constipation is unfortunately a significant side effect of GLP-1s. And I did a whole video about it. You're going to want to check it out. And fiber is the best way to relieve some of that constipation because when you're on a GLP-1, it slows down your digestive system, and that includes all the way through. So fiber is going to help you keep everything moving so you can kind of reduce some of that bloated feeling, some of that discomfort, and being constipated just isn't really very fun. Fiber is sort of like protein in that it also helps fill you up without any additional calories, because we can't digest fiber like cows can digest fiber, but humans don't have the enzymes to digest fiber. So it will make you feel full and without any calories. So you eat less and lose more weight. So that will also help you optimize your weight loss. You want to try to get at least 25 to 35 grams of fiber per day. Good fiber sources include vegetables, fruits, whole grains. I try to include some kind of vegetable at every single meal. I'm not real particular about which ones. There's some that I like and some that I don't. And so I just eat the ones that I like, which usually is cucumbers, tomatoes, peas. I really love peas. So I just do the best I can. And then you can also include fruits, which are also high in fiber, so berries, cherries, and apples. And then whole grains are a great source of fiber. Quinoa, oats, sweet potatoes, all of those are great sources. And the sponsor of this video, Hero Bread, is particularly high in fiber. So another way to get real close to that 25 to 35 grams without all that much effort. So a few final things. You want to focus on protein and fiber as the bulk of your meals. You also don't want to forget those healthy fats. So olive oil, nuts, avocado, fatty fish. These are great ways to keep your hormone balanced and make sure you feel satisfied after meals. And if you're going to be bumping up your fiber intake, you also want to be sure that you are drinking enough water and fluids. This can also help relieve some of those digestive side effects from the GLP-1, but also help the fiber keep moving through. Because if you don't drink enough and you have too much fiber, you may run into trouble. And then you want to just really avoid any sugary drinks and limit alcohol, because those are just loaded with empty calories and they're not going to support your weight loss goal. If you really need something like with flavor, try water infused with fruit or other drinks that don't have any calories, because what's the point of like wasting your calories that you need for nutrition on something that's just sugar? And so when I'm planning meals, I don't recommend like tracking or counting or anything like that. I think, at least for me, as someone who has been concerned about their weight their whole life, I have tracked so many meals. I have counted so many calories. I have kept so many notebooks with what I ate and what I didn't eat and whatever. The GLP-1 kind of gives you an opportunity to just let go of that. And at least for me, it's very, very freeing. Now, some people may want to still continue to do that for whatever reason, or maybe they're not seeing the results they thought, so they want to see where they're at. And there's different reasons why you want to do that. But personally, if anyone asks me if they should track macros or calories or this or that while on a GLP-1, I just say no. Enjoy the freedom. Finally, like your body just eats what it needs, but you got to give it the right food. Okay, so that's my personal opinion as a dietitian. Just be free. But you still want to think about creating balanced meals. So start with protein. Pick whatever your protein is going to be first, and then find some sources of fiber, preferably vegetables, but it can be whole grains or fruit as well. Don't be afraid of that. And come with me, and we are going to make a GLP-1 friendly lunch that is going to take just a couple minutes, and I'm going to eat all week. So I will show you exactly how we're going to do that. As you can see, that getting those pieces in place doesn't have to be complicated, doesn't have to be difficult, just can put something together with items you have, in your house that can really help you meet your goals. So we've been talking all about how to make a GLP-1 friendly lunch. Let's keep it really, really simple. I really don't believe in fancy recipes. I'm all about cook once, eat all week. So right now I'm getting the chicken ready, defrosting it. I have this little device that defrosts things and cooks them in the microwave. So it basically steams them. And all I did was season it with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then this citrusy garlic seasoning by Trader Joe's, and we are going to make a chicken salad wrap. All right, so let's just mix all this together in this little bowl. All the chicken, Greek yogurt, veggies, and some lemon juice for flavoring. I like lemon juice, so I just use as much as I want. This little dill flavored seasoning. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that because I should use fresh dill, but I ain't got time for that. Let's mix it all up. 2 ounces of chicken, let's say that's how much I put in the wrap, is gonna give me 14 grams of protein. The Hero tortillas have another 7 grams of protein. The Greek yogurt, we might not get all that much. The whole container is going to be another 15 grams of protein. So let's say we have about another 5 grams right there. So we're hitting the mark right between 20 and 30 grams. All of this fiber, plus everything that's found in the Hero tortillas, it's gonna make a great option for a high protein, high fiber lunch that took me, if I didn't have to cook the chicken, took me less than 5 minutes to throw together. So as you can see, meal planning really doesn't have to be hard or overwhelming. When you follow these simple guidelines by including protein and fiber and then a little bit of healthy fat and making sure to always drink your water, you can optimize your nutrition, meet your nutrition goals, but also meet those weight loss goals so you can feel your best. And I want to thank Hero Bread for sponsoring this video. And they are giving a special discount to people in my community. If you use the code GLP, the number 1 hub, that's GLP-1 hub, and that's a number 1 at checkout on hero.co. They'll give you 10% off your first order of Hero Bread, and I highly recommend y'all get the bagels. They didn't even tell me I had to say that. I recommend you get the bagels. So if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would hit like and subscribe for more tips and more advice on how to feel and look your best while on a GLP-1. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.